Today we're taking a look at the new Alienware AW2725DF 360Hz QD-OLED gaming monitor. We'll go over specs and features, talk color accuracy, demo some gameplay, and talk about why, if you've been waiting for the perfect 27-inch QD OLED, this just may be the time to buy. Let's roll that unboxing. Quick disclaimer, Dell did not send me this monitor to review. I 100% paid for this out of my own pocket so I can bring you this video. That said, this is how I make a living, so if you appreciate this content and would like to support the channel, consider not only hitting that subscribe button and notification bell, but using my links in the description, which go straight to Dell and help me earn a small commission to fund this channel. Let's not waste any more time and get into today's video. The Alienware AW2725DF is a 26.7-inch 1440p gaming monitor which supports up to a 360Hz refresh rate, uses Samsung's 3rd Gen 2024 model QD OLED panel, and at the time of this video retails for $899. I did recently review the bigger 32-inch AW3225QF, which is a very similar video to this one, but if you'd like to see it, I'll leave a link in the description. If you've had an Alienware monitor before and are accustomed to the hard plastic shell most Alienware monitors come in, you'll find the same here in an all-black body. As far as RGB, it's got an alien head and a large 27 on the back, and a power button on the bottom right corner, which glow whatever color you set them to, but really aren't that noticeable unless you're right up against a wall. Instead of the V-shaped stand the larger monitors come with, you get a more subtle hexagon-shaped base, which is great for saving space and won't take up too much room on your desk. Of course, you have the option to mount, as it is 100mm by 100mm VESA mount compatible. It is height adjustable and can be raised to a max height of about 20 inches. The width from side to side is about 24 inches, and from front to back has a depth a little under 10 inches. It can also swivel from right to left and vice versa, can tilt upwards and a little downward, and can rotate vertically and function as a second side monitor. It sports a flat glossy panel, and reflections really shouldn't be an issue unless you have a bright light pointed directly at it, but more mellow lights like your typical room lamp or LED strip should be just fine. Since it is a glossy screen, that means light from a light bar will be more visible, but it's not that noticeable when the monitor is on, so depending on what you're viewing, turning it off or leaving it on is up to you. Taking a look at the back from left to right, we have your power connector, a super speed USB Type-B upstream port, and 2 USB Type-A downstream ports. On the other side, we've got an HDMI 2.1 port and 2 DisplayPort 1.4 connections. And then on the front underside of the panel, we've got a super speed USB Type-A downstream port and a super speed USB-C downstream port with power charging. There are these grills on the side of the underbody which might suggest speakers, but these are most likely vents as there are no built-in speakers, and as a side note, any built-in fans are completely silent. If we click the joystick toggle in the center bottom of the monitor, we can access the quick menu and select things like Alien Vision, where you can alter parts of the screen to enhance gameplay or select a crosshair, access brightness and contrast, select your input source, change preset modes, and access the dark stabilizer. If we click up from there, you can access the full menu, where you can do additional things like display your current frame rate, change whatever color you have your RGB set to, change HDR modes, and either do a pixel refresh or a full panel refresh, which you'll want to do from time to time, especially if you leave up static images often. A few things from the website. Dell does not list this as a G-Sync compatible monitor, but it does have AMD FreeSync technology built in and is compatible with AMD FreeSync Premium Pro and is VESA Adaptive Sync Display certified. It's got Comfort View Plus like most Dell monitors, which means blue light and eye strain reduction for longer gaming sessions, has 111 pixels per inch, and supports VESA HDR True Black 400. Unlike the bigger brother, it does not have an HDMI eARC port, and while the HDMI is 2.1 because it's 1440p, I wouldn't recommend it for PS5 or Series X. However, it should pair nicely with a Series S console since the HDMI port can still get up to 144 Hz. It's got a 0.03 millisecond response time, and when it comes to ghosting and UFO blur tests, it exceeds expectations, and much like the 32-inch version, it comes in as the best 27-inch monitor I've had in my possession in regards to clarity. It also performs amazing when it comes to backlight bleed, as I can once again raise my camera's ISO to max settings and not detect a single bleed spot. When it comes to color gamuts, Dell advertises a DCI-P3 of 99% and Delta E under 2, and after running my calibration, I ended up with a DCI-P3 of 95%. If you work in the Adobe RGB color space, I got 94%, and for you content creators, the monitor comes in at 100% sRGB. Much like the 32-inch, it should be great for content creation. I've seen other review videos get a Delta E under 1, so Dell was being generous with advertising under 2. That said, as a content creator, I find a 27-inch monitor to be on the small side and would suggest you go with either a 32, 34, or a 38-inch ultra-wide for the best editing experience. Since this monitor performs so well at ghosting and blurring, we can already tell it's going to be great for you FPS gamers out there, and a 27-inch may be the sweet spot for a lot of you. Now, I'm not much of a PvP gamer and more of a solo God of War, Horizon Forbidden West type of player, but I'll do my best here to demo some gameplay and get some solid footage.
Bienvenidos a México. See you on the other side. Follow that car. Trust me.
Much like the 32-inch version, I'm once again impressed by Alienware's latest offerings, and while I'm sure more monitors with the same panel are on the way from other brands, if you've been waiting for a quality QD-OLED 360Hz 27-inch display, there's no need to wait any longer, as I'm confident the AW2725DF will impress. The only situation I can see where you may not want this monitor is if you're a content creator and you want more real estate, or if you're just not ready to take the leap into OLED technology where you may encounter burn-in issues. Burn-in obviously isn't as much of a problem as it used to be, but I leave up static images all the time, and for my workflow, I'd just rather not have to deal with doing pixel and panel refreshes, even though to their benefit, Dell does offer a 3-year panel replacement warranty. Let me know how you feel about the AW2725DF, and again, if you haven't seen my review of the 32-inch version, I'll drop that link in the description. If you found this video helpful, consider using my links to support the channel, but that's going to wrap things up for today. I'll see you next time.